Hi everyone, VortexTCG here, and today I've got the final game of locals of me playing Chessmon, and the opponent on the right is going to be playing ShineGreymon. And if you're looking forward to the final game of locals of me playing Chessmon, please do like and subscribe, and I'll be posting some more gameplay relatively soon, alongside some major changes to the channel, and I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But apologies for the camera angle here, I think it got knocked during the break essentially. But here, pretty standard turn for my opponent, go into Geo-Grey, go into the Marcus, and then I go into the ShineGreymon, and yeah, not able to get one here. There is going to be a proxy card in play in this game, and that is going to be the Digimon. So essentially Digimon allows you to look at the top three, gets you to play a free tamer, and then for every black or green tamer you get to reveal one on attacking, and then play guys essentially 10 cost or higher. And what I just did there was a massive misplay, because I'm not allowed to actually do that, because Mamimon says I put all the cards either to the top or to the bottom. I can't choose if I put some to the top or to the bottom, so apologies for that misplay. My opponent decides to go into the X antibody, then goes to the Shine, and then is swinging for 2 checks, and I believe it's deleting the Mamimon, so a bit unfortunate for me, and then swings into the security, just checking the DP values because obviously it does my security, and it goes through easily. So my opponent's got quite the lead here now. Goes into security again, it's a pawn Chessmon here, and then they end up playing another tamer, Marcus Damon. Apologies, that's not fully on screen, but it's the set to 3-1, which also does minus DP. So here I go into the pawn Chessmon here, and it is definitely looking a bit ropey at this point, but hey, I mean, what you're meant to do, you've got to play to your outs, right? So we continue playing either way. So I just play Flame Hellscythe here to do minus 6k to the ShineGrey, and then play a blocker out, because I think that's the only way I'll be able to actually play a blocker out this turn. They pay the memory to go into the Marcus to delete the Knight for all the minus DP, and then I block with the brand new Knight Chessmon that I play with. So I get the Duo Tamer here, which is quite nice, and then my opponent ends the turn, I believe, by giving me 2, which is okay here, I guess. So I go into the pawn Chessmon, or promote it, then go into the Knight Chessmon here, and then pretty much I've got to go and do what I need to do essentially. So here I swing at security, it doesn't die, it's a red memory boost, which is very unfortunate for me. Kind of feels like ropes, if I'm being perfectly honest. So at this point I'm just trying to figure out what I can do, and so I play another Flame Hellscythe here to delete the Agumon X antibody, and then also play the Knight Chessmon out, and then get a draw and a memory from the Duo Tamer here. So they swing with the Marcus Damon here. The Knight is supposed to be rebooted, by the way, I completely forgot about that, but I play out the pawn, also get the memory from Keenan, I block with the pawn, and at this point I am playing another pawn out. Don't get any additional bonuses, but I have stopped my opponent from attacking me once again. So feeling a little bit better for sure about it, and I think they just end up playing another tamer here. So I swing a security, and this is another proxy from my opponent. It's the ShineGreymon burst mode. I think they haven't been delivered yet, which is very unfortunate, but essentially that means my guy gets deleted, so I get to play out a guy, and I play a pawn Chessmon out here, and then go into the Junkmon in raising. And at this point I just got to make sure that I try and survive, so I swing with the Knightmon in security, it dies, so I'm able to get another guy out here. I think though I might not have one, so I just end up playing the Keenan Crier. So they end up going to 3 and then promoting both of these, which is a massive misplay. Swing a security and I block. My opponent decides to not DP reduce, which I think is a massive misplay, because if they DP reduce, I wouldn't have been able to do anything, and yeah, my opponent just completely forgot about it. And I swing for game. We then get into game 2, and I'm definitely surprised that I'm able to get to game 2 with a win, because I was definitely expecting to lose the previous game, but for some reason my opponent just didn't DP reduce my pawn Chessmon, so I was able to block and keep myself in the game, which is yeah, it's very, very confusing. I think you were able to do that because you suspended the Marcus Daemon, but yeah, just very confusing altogether. But my opponent decides to do some searching here, go into both the Agumon and the other Agumon X antibody. Surprised that they decided to not Digivolve on top. Hits a Tamer here, which is very unfortunate, because as you were seeing through all those searches, loads of Marcus Daemons there, which is very frustrating. So I end up playing a Flame Hellscythe here to clear out the main effect Agumon, and then also play out a pawn Chessmon, which allows me to then gain 2 memory and draw 2 cards from the Duo Tamer. Swing a security, nothing there. But is now able to do some more searches with the Agumon X antibody and passes the turn back to me. So I swing a security, the pawn dies, then I'm able to play another pawn out, gain 2 memory and draw 2 cards. Then I go into another pawn, then go play another Keenan Crier even, so you can see that my field is definitely becoming a lot more bigger that my opponent really can't deal with. So my opponent is going to pop both memory boosts, go into the Geo Grey here, swing at security, hits a Mamemon, and then goes into the ShineGreymon here. I believe they're going to play out they don't have the thing, but they do have the Marcus Daemon now to delete. I then use the Keenan and the Knight effect to gain 2 memory and also play another guy out, and then they go into the ShineGreymon, giving the Marcus blocker. So definitely an interesting situation to be in for sure. So I promote and I swing with the pawn Chessmon. They decide to not block, and then I hit a Flame Hellscythe at the top card with the Pagumon, which means I can't add it, and then I get to play another pawn Chessmon, gaining me a couple more memory, and then I go into the Rook. And I was thinking about going into the Rook there. I'm just reading the cards because I'm, again, not 100% sure about all the cards here. So I go into the Rook Chessmon here, and then I end up going into the Knight Chessmon also, just to provide some more additional blocker, and then I also play the Digimon here. I then play another Keenan Crier, which allows my opponent, well, my opponent could discard, but it doesn't really matter, so I gain the memory and draw a card, but they go back to 3 anyway. So ShineGreymon then brings out the Marcus to become a blocker again, which is you know, a combination of effects that are very annoying to say the least. Then my opponent, I believe, is thinking about going into maybe the burst mode for quite a decent amount of effects this turn. So they go into the burst mode again. It is a proxy, essentially able to play the guy and then able to swing with it. I have the Keenan, and Marcus Daemon does come out as a Digimon by an effect, so I'm able to use the Keenan here. I then use the pawn Chessmon, use it to pawn Chessmon. The Flame Hellscythe ends up saving me here because I'm able to play out another guy and also delete the Marcus Daemon through DP reduction. So very lucky final security for me, but I'm definitely on the back foot now. And then they go into the back to the ShineGreymon. And so here, I think I make maybe a bit of a misplay. Actually, no. I was thinking about back to this game, and I had Death X in my hand, so maybe I could Digivolve into it. But unfortunately, definitely not able to do that. So I just swing with the Digimon here, then play another guy, gain 2 memory from the Rook, and so hopefully that will provide a little bit more defense for the following turn, essentially. So feeling a little bit more confident now, especially going into the next following turns, because I can't really close the game out. Yeah, so we continue going, and I think here, like, I'm just playing really badly. I think if I was to potentially go into the Death X here, they would have to find the answer in the ShineGreymon in their hand. But here I end up just playing the Mamimon here to pass the turn. I have 4 Keenans ready to go. So they promote, they got the markers coming out, and yeah, definitely something here. So they swing a security with the Marcus Daemon, doing the minus DP to the Mamimon, and also the Rook. As we play another Rook out to then tap all the guys to then gain loads of memory essentially, and then I get to block with the Marcus. They get to put it on top again, which is very, very frustrating, but that's what I need to do, and it goes to my turn. So now, I mean, ideally I'll have all the stuff that I need to win this game if I just swing at security. Obviously I make a misplay here. I mean, what am I doing? I should have definitely gone for the Junkmon swing here first, just so that, you know, if he was to play out a guy, he wouldn't be able to. So very frustrating on my part here. Probably could have won this turn if I played it correctly. But they decided to not delete the Junkmon here. They decided to delete the Knight. Not too sure if that's the correct play here, because if they did that, then I don't really have an answer. I played the King Chessmon here to delete the Knight, to then play out another guy. The guy that I play out here is another Rook. And then I use the Pagumon to look at the top card and add it to my hand. And then I also get to play the Knight here. So I've got 3 blockers out. Can my opponent deal with them all? I'm not 100% sure, especially as one of them is 4k. So definitely feeling a little bit more confident here. The swing of security is able to do minus 3k and then do some more DP. So they get rid of 2 of the blockers here. I then block, use its effect to then play out another guy, which is another blocker, gain a lot of memory and continue my turn. So here I'm definitely in the driver's seat now, so all I have to do is pretty much swing. So I swing, get to play some more guys from the Digimon, and then go for game.